first.
All right. This is a level check. This is a sound check.
Okay.
It's like a little studio, right, bro? I'm about to cut a demo. Yeah. Me and my man Cam. About to cut a fat demo. Yeah. What's the beat, Cam?
I'm just a reporter guy. We're here with Tupac. Okay, and watch this. Okay. Well, damn, man, I gotta tell you, when I threw the CD on, I'm excited about this album, man. It's hard for me to even know where to begin because this is so rich with so many thoughts and ideas and emotions. It's not even. I was like, well, how am I gonna?
I so appreciate.
Well, how are we gonna even do this? You know, how are we even to discuss this? Because each tune is there's so much meat there. You know,
I appreciate that.
And being familiar with the digital underground stuff, and not knowing what we would exactly be seeing here, it's. I'm tripping over my own words, but go ahead.
I do appreciate that. Word up.
Well, I guess maybe a general question would be about just what you, generally speaking, want to communicate through your music. I think when you start off right away in the album with a song like Young Black Male, I think we see right in that tune a lot of what it is you want to say to the world about your experience and the experience of a lot of us in this country today.
Mm-hmm. I see the young black male, and I'll say it like everybody else is saying it, in a state of emergency. This is true. It's been said 30 million times, but how do we get out of the circle? I see it as by showing us our own strength. You know what I'm saying? Showing us our own history, not just the history from Africa and, you know, how we used to be kings and queens, but how we used to be fighters here, how we soldiers. You know, we damn near built this country. So therefore, how could you not love being black? How could you not want to build more? You know, I know if we built this country, we could build ourselves back up. You know what I'm saying? If we really built the pyramids, it should be no problem to rebuild our brains. You know what I'm saying? And if we really had women like Cleopatra, it should be no problem unlocking those Cleopatras in the modern day around the way girls. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Tupac is about being that spark to start the fire again. You know what I'm saying? I want to just bring Renaissance back for black people. I just want everything to be, you know what I'm saying, beautiful black again. Not being without white, but just where black is beautiful. You say black now, and it's, you know, you say ghetto now, and people's face draw up. They lock their cars. I want it to be where you say black, and everybody's eyes light up. They want to win. You know what? So that's what I want. That's what Tupac is about.
Well, you know, this is a slight tangent, but when see, I like to use the word black because I remember when the African American came in as terminology. I think the reasoning behind some of that, but at the same time, I remember being, you know, I was a child, but I remember that I was some recollection of the 60s and the early 70s, and I remember how significant it was for black people to stand up and say, I'm black and I'm proud.
Right.
Basically, I don't care what you say about black, I'm telling you black is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder if we're retreating from some of that, because we're like, you know, and I guess I don't feel like we have to go all the way back to Africa. We should go back to Africa in terms of our knowledge of heritage and all that, but we don't have to go that far. There's so much to be proud of, you know.
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's like we're in like I said, a state of emergency to where we have to deal with what it takes for us to survive today. You know what I'm saying? I understand the whole concept behind saying you're African American, making it a more global thing. You know what I'm saying? And make it so black is just a color. You know, you don't want to be so limited. But that's what I want to concentrate on, the color black, because it's the black people that's killing black. You know, it's the black that's causing so much red to flow through the streets. It's the blacks that's having teenage pregnancy problems. It's the blacks that's on crack big time. Not just blacks, but it's the blacks that's on crack big time. And that's what I want to target, you know what I'm saying? And once we feel a love about being black, we'll definitely have a joy in being African Americans. That's no problem. That'll come easy. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we have to make it more personal so that when I see a black man, I feel love right immediately. You know, I don't want to see an African American. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be straight up real. And then we can grow and we can love white because we'll love black. We'll say, you know what I'm saying? These are our neighbors. They live here with us. Black, I don't think that white people are devils. I think that there's evil and there's a devil everywhere. He could be Puerto Rican, he could be black, white, whatever. You got to watch for evil. That's why, you know, Tupac ain't about just seeing, you know what I'm saying, a whole bunch of black people in one spot, because there's a lot of snakes out there. You know what I'm saying? I want the good in black folks. That's what I want.
Yeah. And just getting back to what you were saying a while ago, and this whole general theme that we're talking about now, an important step toward doing that is to look at reality for what it is.
Right.
You know, some people, when they, you know, folks who are music critics and analysts and whatnot, when they look around for what they define as positive, they're looking for somebody who doesn't cuss and somebody who doesn't talk about violence. Well, I think it's positive to talk in realistic terms about reality.
Right. See, people trip. They hear the songs, they go, damn, you're shooting police officers, and blah, blah, blah. But to me, come on, be real. Everybody knows that this is just a song about shooting police officers. Let's talk about the reality of police brutality. Let's talk about the reality of a situation like Rodney King, and let's talk about the fantasy of a song like, you know, I Don't Give a or Soldier Story. Those are rebel songs. Just like when we, you know, back in the 60s, you had to have folk songs, you know what I'm saying, 16 tons. And that's what this is. It's just soul music. It's like music for us to carry on with, for us to move on. It's battle songs. It's songs talking about strong black men fighting back, you know what I'm saying, against an oppressed. You never hear me say a song about me just walking up and shooting a cop. It's always provoked. You know what I'm saying? It's always self-defense. And I want to get that strength back, where you can fight back, and that's what I sing about. That's what I rap about. I don't rap about we shall overcome and peace, because that's a dream, and I want a piece of the dream too. But for me to get a piece of the dream, I have to have a piece. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel.
Well, I think one of the things that America at large is missing, if America at large is really interested in finding out what's going on among black people and among black people in the inner city specifically, they should listen to rap music. Because not only are you hearing the stories and the terminology, but the emotionalism. I mean, when I think about a song like I Don't Give a Fuck, to me, what that song is really expressing is what it feels like to be in that situation.
Yes.
I mean, because if you listen to that song, you know where this guy is emotionally, what it feels like to get your ass kicked every day.
Every day. That's all I was talking. And that song, that was real. That was made 5 minutes. I wrote it after just coming from trying to get another member out of Digital Underground out of jail. We just been harassed by the police, guns put to our head, and 2 days earlier we just come from the fucking Grammys. You know what I'm saying? It just wrecked my whole brain. I couldn't believe it. That no matter where you go, you're always going to be a nigga. That's how I felt. I felt so helpless, and I was like, you know, forget trying to impress these people. I finally got to the point where I was like, there is no way out of this circle. So I don't give a fuck. That's what, and I was like, they was like, what are you going to call it? And I felt like, you know, I really don't give a fuck. Fuck the title. I want people to hear what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck. And that's how I felt. And it's not like I'm saying, oh, watch them trip off this curse. You know, look, I'm cursing. Look, ooh. That's how I felt. That was the language. And, you know, when brothers put that in, I want them to hear, and I want them to feel as though I didn't try to cut corners when I spoke to them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't try to make it sound good. You can hear somebody's talking to the masses to you. You know what I'm saying? You can hear like it's nice going, well, we here at Clydesdale's Auto Factory want to give a little bonus to you with your plight. You know, if they're making a big deal out of it, to me it's personal. My struggle is with every young black person on a personal level, between me and you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to cause a big revolution and get all these people behind me because I don't want nobody to follow me, because I don't know where I'm going. I don't even know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I'm going forward. I don't know where that's going to take me. I don't want to lead nobody into war. I don't want to lead nobody into poverty. Nothing. I'm going straight ahead. What I do want is for brothers to take the notion to where they feel as though we are a unit, and they also have to move straight ahead. You know what I'm saying? It's not about just being stuck. You got to move straight ahead. However, and if it's something where, you know, the ending doesn't come out so well, you know, c'est la vie. But we can't. This is not an alternative. The way we are right now, this is not a good alternative. This is definitely not a choice. And I don't feel it's a choice. I refuse to live this way. There has to be another way. So that's why I can't have songs like Funky Cole Medina. There has to be a song like I Don't Give a Fuck. That's just, it's given. You know what I'm saying? That's the state of emergency. And so I feel as though, even though it's an emergency, I don't want to panic people and just say, you know, kill, because that's wrong. And that's what we've done already. We've been through that. We've seen what happens when black folks try to defend themselves through armed struggle without education and without self-defense mentally. We die because we're not going to win. But if we start to join up and start to be more united and start being realistic about who the enemy is, then we'll be better off.
Do you think that in the 1990s, that armed struggle or armed self-defense needs to be at least a part of the black struggle?
I think that it needs to be an option. It doesn't. To say that it needs to be a part of the black struggle would would predict violence. You know what I'm saying? I say that it needs to be an option. We need to keep our options open as black people, and we need to keep our options open as young people, and we need to keep our options open as human beings. So for me as a black man, I have 3 different tasks, and that's why it's not like I'm racist, but like for a white man, he only has one of those things to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Getting himself together as a human being. I have to worry about getting myself together as a human being, a young man, and as a black man. So, of course, I'm going to be a little bit more angry. You know what I'm saying? My words are going to cut a little bit more closer to heart because, you know, I got a lot more to fight about and a lot more to cry about and a lot more to get from this. So I'm going to work harder. And I really don't care who's offended because how could you take offense from somebody trying to dig their way out of a hole? What's so offensive about me surviving? You know what I'm saying? That's why I take great offense. Because you're obviously saying you want me to shut up and die. That's what they're saying. Shut up and die. Stop worrying about it. Everybody got so... It wasn't no thing for Ice Cube to be talking about killing in the hood. But as soon as he was talking about anybody else dying, it was problems. And I'm not saying that Ice Cube is the Messiah, because, you know, he's wrong for saying kill a Jew. Because a Jew didn't do that shit. Let's be realistic. Just like it wasn't white people that beat me down in Oakland. It was 2 white cops. 2 white crooked cops. That's what that was. And just like if he feels like that's one person, we have to be more realistic about our enemies. It's easy to say white folks is evil. That's easy. But then you're leading us into more of a slaughter because we're going to find out all white folks ain't evil. And the black folks going to be dicking us. And you can't say that all black folks is inherently lazy and evil because that's not true either. And you have to, and I like to stand up most for black folks because we have more problems. You know what I'm saying? We have more conditioning. You don't ever hear about anybody telling you about white folks wasn't allowed into this place. Never. They never had that problem. I did. So I have an upper hand. And you can't tell me I don't. You know what I'm saying? Just like when America beat Great Britain for their freedom, they had the upper hand because they wanted their freedom by any means necessary. That's what scares America so much. They see them and us. Except we have the right of cause on our side now. And they see that. They see themselves in the position of the oppressor. And they know what happens when an oppressed people fight the oppressor. The oppressed always win. Because God don't like ugly. You can ask Roberta Flack about that.
Well, there's something else I think a lot of white Americans are afraid of, and you talk about it here in the bio, the fact that legions of white youth are jumping on this music. They're jumping on rap music, and, and there's a lot of them who are maybe just there because it's a fad thing, but there's a lot of kids who are keying in to what's being said.
This Oriental kid came up to me, and he had my album, Digital Underground's album, the Juice soundtrack, Raw Fusion's album, Ice Cube's. I mean, he studies the music like a religion. You could see from what he had bought that he knew what he was getting. He wasn't just buying the hot shit. He was buying what he wanted to hear. That impressed me so much. I felt like, you know what I'm saying, we are in a position to whereas we can change the world. We really are. We are the rock and roll of today. You know what I'm saying? We are in a position to where the whole world is listening to what we have to say. And if we want the whole world to hear us saying, you know, come here, bitch, give me some pussy. That's fucked up. That's a fucked up mirror image of where young people are today. Because I don't think we're into that. Because AIDS is killing us off. And I know, because I ain't getting it all, so I don't know who's getting it all. That's what I'm saying. It's just like we really do have an emergency to deal with. I love the fact that I can stand in the crowd. I can go in a white neighborhood now and have peace, except for the police. But the young kids, you know, the adults, they're still going to see me as a nigga. But the young kids, they go out of their way to talk to you, you know. And even when I'm in a bad mood, they always, you know, how you doing, Rich? Because they really are interested in what you have to say. They know what I'm talking about, and I love that. You got to love that. But we cannot be distracted. I love the fact that everybody likes our music, but still, Tupac, that's like I said, we're in a state of emergency, and I'm talking to my people, talking to my folks. Just that's what the huddle is for. But everybody can listen, because I'm not saying nothing that's evil or dang. Everybody can listen. I'm giving that. That's why I made the album. Here's my battle plans. 2Pacalypse now. Just the first draft. Everybody can hear it. Everybody can see it. I don't have no problem. There's nothing to hide.
Okay. I want to go back. Let's talk about. We gotta talk about the police and police brutality, not only because of some of the songs, but because of some of the experiences that you've had that inspired these songs.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people might be surprised by what happened to Digital Underground. Can you tell the story of what actually went down?
I would. I could. but I'm not, because I feel as though it happens every day, and people out there who are going to, when they pick this information up, it's not going to really come to that much of a surprise, because it happens every day. And it happened to me like it happened to 27 black kids. You know what I'm saying? It happens all over the country. It happens over and over and over again. It happens to Digital Underground. It can happen to anybody. But the only reason to get any attention is because it happened to somebody who right now has the time and a little bit of money to pursue this. But what about people who don't have the money to pursue it? And you know, public defenders can't beat the police in the court of law. So what I want to do is bring attention to the fact that there's no justice, more as bring attention to the fact that I got beat up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a $10 million lawsuit. I just want my just reward, that's all. And I want the whole world to see it. That's why I didn't take matters into my own hand. I had an opportunity where I knew it was going to be on TV. Now everybody look, this is what happens in America. Is this the country that we're talking about? Because if it is, and it's the country that we need to have, fine. But you're going to see a brand new patriot. You know what I'm saying? Why can Patrick Henry say, give me liberty or give me death? But if I say, give me liberty or give me death, you want to censor me, and I'm a terrorist, and this and this and this, but I got to have it. I got to have it. Damn it. And got to have it in 1992. I got to have liberty. That's what I feel like. You know what I'm saying? In this interview, I'm talking about black people coming together in unity, everybody loving each other, you know what I'm saying? However it got to be, but first, give me respect. In the next interview, you might be talking to me from behind bars because I had to put my principles to the test. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by state of emergency. Not just in a word, but I mean it. In state of emergency. And when everybody who hears this, it's their job to carry it on. It's your job to check yourself. Am I racist? You know what I'm saying? What am I doing? Because you're part of the problem or part of the solution. So that's what I want. I want to just touch people and check yourself. It's cool. If you are racist and that's how you want to live, cool. But you're going to be a victim of racism. That's how America's working these days. That's how the world works. You will be a victim of racism. So it's on them.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about your background and some of the things that have led to your being here today. As far as the Digital Underground connection is concerned, I guess you were kind of on the roll with them and whatnot before you got your shot to actually be able to come forward.
I was a roadie, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. I love it. I love saying I was a roadie because I feel like I got character, you know what I'm saying? Going on the road when it was like salt and pepper, everybody, I wanted to meet all of these people and I couldn't. Because I was, go get the equipment, Tupac, go carry the equipment. You see Shock, everybody walking in the hotel, girls, and you see me over the corner waiting for the bellboy to open up the storage bin so I could put the turntables in. And that was, you know, demeaning and all that, but it was good because that made me right. That's why it's such anger in my way. You know, I was like, people got to hear me. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? They got to hear me. I got to get out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I had an emergency. State of emergency for me, too. I had to have money. I wanted all that. And I wanted them to do it on the strength of me. And I knew I couldn't be the funniest nigga there. I ain't no noses, you know, I already got a big nose, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do the freaky bit because I'm not a freak. Sex doesn't really, you know what I'm saying, take up too much time for me. So only way I could think about it was to be true to my family. You know what I'm saying? I came from a long line of revolutionaries, a long line of Panthers, and strong fighters and soldiers who fought for social change and for the betterment of their people. And I said, well, what better way for me to have a career than to make my mom proud, make my people proud, and speak up. You know what I'm saying? Be a part of the solution. So. Now,
was there a particular moment when? I mean, how did you go from putting your turntables in the storage bin to being on?
Because you know me, when it was time to do Humpty Dance, no matter what work I had to do, I made sure it was done, and I snuck on stage. And if you look in the back, you can see me doing the Humpty Dance. And every night I edge on closer to the front. Finally, they were just like, you might as well just get right there in the front center, because you know you edging on. They did, and people was like, you know, you got a lot of energy. People from the Red Company, you got a lot of energy. Keep them. And Shaq was like, oh, why don't you just do that part? And then I just get more parts, you know. Finally, I worked my way in there, boy. I put my elbows up in there. They had to give me some room. But I love that. But I love Shock for doing that. And he checked himself. He said, I can either, you know what I'm saying, take all this attention, or I can give this young up-and-coming rapper a little bit. And I want to show him that he did the right thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what Juice is about. Showing that, you know, you planted the seed, now I'm going to be sure and blossom. But that's what I want for every young black man, wherever you are, whatever you do. And we don't need no more rappers. We don't need no more basketball players, no more football players. We need more thinkers. We need more scientists. You know, we need more managers. We need more mathematicians. We need more teachers. We need more people who care. We need more, you know what I'm saying? We need more women, mothers, fathers. We need more of that. We don't need any more entertainers. And I know that sounds real effed up for me to say that from where I'm at, but it's really not all you think it is, and I think people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? We need to concentrate on having a society. What if we did get our freedom? We'd have a whole society of basketball players, you know what I'm saying, football players, rappers, dancers, actors, and Michael Jackson to be our president. We'd be stuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean, and all this politics shit is crazy because, be honest, what the hell does George Bush know about, you know what I'm saying, 125th Street, Apollo Theater? Any of them. Pick one. Pick any of them. What do they know? And that's how I feel like that's really a bad message to send out for young America, young black Americans.
Well, I see.
So who do I talk to? Who's there for them? You know what I'm saying? They don't say, Bush, it's wrong for you to be out here talking for young white kids. You need to talk for the whole country. So I want you to go move the White House to the ghetto. Why don't they do that? That would be a good president. That would be a great president. A president who felt like, you know, I'm going to live in the ghetto. Live in the ghetto. Because he's supposed to be of the people, right? So then how can I respect a man who's not of me?
And isn't really interested in finding out.
Not really interested either. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know what worries me about politicians is I look around and I wonder, I don't think we got too many black leaders either.
Regardless of what color they are, white people should have, when that Japanese man, when them Japanese folks said something about America, the whole country went crazy. Now nobody want to buy Japanese shit, right? What really fucked my head up is when they had them Sambo dolls and was disrespecting black people as a whole. I'm talking about black people who built this country. You know what I'm saying? Who probably built the TV that he said it on. Nobody said shit. There wasn't no problem. Ha. Bush was laughing with him. I bet Bush and the Japanese dude was telling black jokes. You know what I'm saying? When you get three niggas in the house. Welfare. Ha. You know what I'm saying? That's how they take it. That's how I feel. I don't ever feel like I'm represented by Bush or any of them. So I feel as though right now we have to look at it as if we are in the wilderness. That's where we are as black folks, in the jungle, lost in the jungle. So we got to survive, and that's why I feel like any means necessary, and not just in a poetic Malcolm X way, but any means necessary in a Fannie Lou Hamer way, or in a Fred Hampton way, where any means necessary. Not dying in a blaze of glory on TV in front of a whole bunch of people, but, you know, standing up for your rights. If you got to take a bullet from a black dude who's disrespecting a black woman, then that's by any means necessary. Not just dying from a cop or fighting the government or marching, because marching really doesn't help. Whoever don't know that, ask any 40-year-old lady who was 20 when she was marching. She got the same rights now that she had before. You know what I'm saying? And you got to question any country that had to free you. I heard this Black History Month celebration, they was talking about Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves in 1992. He did not free me, because no man, especially no white man, is going to free me or hold me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. The jails don't work for us, the court systems don't work for us, and until they do, we're going to have the continual problems. We're going to have ghetto crime. We're going to have violence at the theaters. We're going to have gang warfare. We're going to have drugs. We're going to have teenage pregnancy. We're going to have confused people. We're going to have people on drugs. All that comes from when things are not right. When things are not right. And I blame this country because they could do it. Just like J. Edgar Hoover spent time infiltrating the Black Panthers and destroying them, he could have spent time infiltrating them and building them up, using them to make the ghettos a better place, making their message go farther instead of cutting it off. That shows me that somebody needs to pick up where the Panthers left off, because obviously they was dangerous. That the CIA, who protects this country, had to put their fire out so sloppy and so fucking ruthlessly. You know what I'm saying? Something was wrong. We obviously was tripping on to something, and it was, what was Panthers teaching? I said, what it was they teaching? Unity. For us to come together and for us to defend ourselves. They didn't knock off Martin Luther King quick like that, because he was talking that peace shit. So he had time on his hands. But when somebody was talking about fighting back, them niggas was knocked off with a quickness. I know. I'm a product of those that were knocked off. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm telling you about. You know, this is what me as a young man growing up, this is what I feel like my destiny is. You know, this is my my call or whatever. This is my family. This is I inherited the family business. That's what I see. I inherited the family business, and that's being a revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? Terrorizing this country through my music. You know what I'm saying? I know they would love for me to do it through violence so they can stop me. But I don't feel like they can stop me through my music because music is universal. And everybody loves soul music. I see white people listening to Marvin Gaye, and that makes me feel good. And then I see white cops beating down black folks, and that makes me feel bad. But, you know, I take the good with the bad. I take the good white folks with the bad white folks. You know what I'm saying? You got to take them on, just like I take the good black folks with the bad white black folks. You know what I'm saying?
Do you, the family business, did you have many, I don't know how old you were during that time, and do you have many memories of your parents?
Crazy memories, man. I mean, like, I can remember being, like 4 and waking up and like going to my window and hearing the police going, yeah, the black bitch is laying in the bed, we can't tell who else is in here, and on the walkie-talkies. They were, you know, watching our house. And I didn't know that for years. I heard that. My mother was asleep. Everybody was asleep. I didn't know what that was for years. I remember later after I grew up, I told my mother about it, and she told me what it was. But I didn't even know for years. Imagine that being one of your fucking memories. You know what I'm saying? The police outside calling your mother a black bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's really not good. That's not good. What America doesn't understand is that they say that black people are, you know, lazy, unintelligent, but to me, America is the dumbest motherfucker out here, because how could you not study your own history and not see the fate that you prepared for yourself? They're raising me to be a soldier, and the more police beat me up, the stronger I get. You know what I'm saying? The more they try to make me into a racist, the more of an understanding, integrationalist I become, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about survival. And right now, I don't think we, you know, shit, we are people. And it's starting to be not enough people on the globe, much less not enough black folks on the globe. So really, I'm not really down for all that other shit. We don't have to, and I don't want us to go back to Africa, because we built this country as great as it is, and it's a great country, let me say. It's a great country, except it's just the people at the top that's fucking our money over, sending it to Iran and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's people starving. We sending billions to take care of the starving people in Russia. But it's people starving in South Central. You know what I'm saying? We got a lottery where people, one person can win 25 million, and there's people who don't have zilch. You know what I'm saying? They're showing me pictures of babies with big bellies in Timbuktu, and I'm seeing babies with big bellies next door. How does that make me want to be, you know what I'm saying? And telling me to be all I can be in the army, because you're not going to be shit in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I know something's wrong. All these white folks are so scared, then something is wrong. That's what's making us going, okay, use your head. You know what I'm saying? If Jimmy the Greek said black folks are superior athletically, you know what I'm saying? And all these people are scared of, you know, all of this censoring and J. Edgar Hoover and all of this, and you couple that with the fact that he killed, you know, he blackmailing people because his wife was with a black chauffeur, and all of this is telling me that black men are strong. Black men scare white men. You know what I'm saying? Black men have this mystique, this power. You know what I'm saying? But it's really not that. It's just that if you take so much from somebody, white women see it too. You know what I'm saying? The white men can take it, but the white women still see it. No matter how much they try to take them from it, they still see it in them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to be wrong, and I'm just being honest. And any white woman that's listening, no, I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. That's real. And that's a curse from what the evil did. You know what I'm saying? When you do that, they wanted to rape our women, and now the payback is that it's jungle fever running rampant up in the streets of America. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't all like Spike showed it. It's usually the other way. And that'd be real, man. It'd be all different shit. It's some different shit out here.
That's I'm enjoying just listening to you talk. I remember this from last time. We got into it about the movie before, so I knew I was looking forward to coming over and talking about this record. The word nigga, interesting. A lot of artists use it in music today. We're hearing it more and more. But you've given a different meaning to it. You've assigned words each of those letters.
Yes, nigga. N-I-G-G-A. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. And I mean that, not just in a cute way. You know, I purposely didn't put it on my record or nothing, because I didn't want anybody to just logo it real quick and come out with nigga t-shirts and all that type shit. Then white folks got little nigga badges and everybody's wearing nigga. You know what I'm saying? And just run it out. See, that's what we do. We always sell ourselves short. You know what I'm saying? As soon as we get something that's good, the white man come with a shiny mirror or some couple beads or something, and we sold and a drink. You know what I'm saying? A St. Ives commercial. We're fine. Thank you. Fuck that. I wanted to make it something that we could live by. I felt like there was no way I could stop calling myself a nigga. Just as sure as there was no way that motherfuckers was going to stop calling me nigga. So instead of letting them take that away from me, I took it from them. Nigga's now mine. And when they say nigga, they give me strength. You know what I'm saying? So say it. You know what I'm saying? Say it. And all those that say I'm wrong for saying and want to bleep it out, they wasn't bleeping the shit out 20 years ago, so don't bleep the shit out now. I still see Tom and Jerry's, you know, and Popeyes with black Sambo babies and shit. They ain't bleeping that shit out, so I'm be damned if I bleeped out nigga. And it's going to be on just like that every time. And I'm going to say it freely just like I say dude. Nigga. That's my word. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
I think really that's kind of, I interviewed Esther Roll a couple years ago when I worked at Radioscope, and she said very much the same thing. That really has been the survival strategy for black folks in this country, because the bottom line is you're not going to be able to keep white America from calling you that or seeing you that way. So you just, as you say, take it back, turn it around.
Took it from their ass. Hell yeah. Just like we could do anything. We can do that. I'm not saying this, I gotta say this again, it's not black against white. When I say we, it's the good against evil. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by we can take anything we want, we can have anything because it belongs to you. If you right and you got good on your side, I really truly believe that nothing can stop you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm using the same things that America taught me. That's what I'm using, the tools of this country. Capitalism and imperialism, colonialism, I'm using all those against them. And that's what they hate. You know what I'm saying? They hate to see a little black kid sitting in first class with a gang of gold chains, gold rings, you know what I'm saying? The steward is staring at me. You know what I'm saying? They hate that. They hate that shit so bad. They hate when I get off the plane and they lugging their luggage to go find a cab and I got a car waiting for me with my name real big African name, Tupac. They hate that. I see it in their eyes. They hate that when they see me in a restaurant or something with a girl, it's a black woman that I'm sitting next to. They hate that. They hate it. They really hate it when it's a white woman, but they won't see it. They won't, not from Tupac. So they hate that they see me with black women. They hate that I don't say bitch, you know what I'm saying, to black females. I say bitch to white cops and the crooked cops. That's who I say bitch to. That's who's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? They hate that. They hate that they can't limit me and hold me into one circle. They hate that every time they try to put me in the gangster category, I flip, do a somersault, and end up in the juice category. And I love that. I love that about myself, and I love that about black people. And if I could love them, I'm loving myself. I remember when I was poor, I hated myself. Now I love myself. So I see what the curse can do, and I see what it takes to get it off you. It just takes a little confidence. And that's what we're missing as black people. We let them make us feel like, you know, quiet. Again, just being quiet. You know what I'm saying? Telling you that wearing gold chains is hoochie. And that's played out because they make jokes about it. You know, boo, hubba, 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 hubba. Really, they ain't got no rhythm. So what can they tell me? How can they joke about boo, hubba, hubba, and they ain't got no rhythm? You know what I'm saying? Joke about me wearing gold chains and they wearing a cougar skin. They wearing an animal skin. You know what I'm saying? And it's 20, you know, it's hot. They wearing animals' furs. How can they tell me about surviving on this planet and I've been here longer? And I can walk in the sun with no problems. For as long as I want, I can enjoy the air for as long as I want. And they can't. Something's wrong. So there is a difference. For us to say that we all equal, we are all equal in terms of the rights that we should be given, but everybody is different. Everybody is unique. And you have to give black people their credits, just like we gave white people their credits.
I'll tell you, this is it. I'm just digging talking to you, but we got to wind down. Let me just ask you, I'm curious about the origin of your name and if what it represents and what it...
Tupac. My mother you know, when she gave birth to me, she was just coming out of jail, being in jail, because they was holding her for the trial. So she had all these these women, strong women around her, and she was like, what am I going to name my son? And it was this lady who just came from Peru, and she was telling my mother this folk story about a true life Peruvian revolutionary named Tupac Shakur, who the government had told him, okay, we want to, he was fighting the government, and he was really winning. These little fucking tribes was beating the government, and they said, okay, we want to stop fighting. We want to meet with Tupac Shakur. He came in and met with them, and they said, we want to cease the fighting. Would you please cease the fighting? Too many people are dying. We're going to give you what you asked for. He said, okay. Told them to cease fire. As soon as they said cease fire, they cut his arms off, cut his head off, cut his legs off, and stuck him on a stick and put him in the middle of the village. So this is my reminder. That's my reminder. Every time you say my name, that's my reminder to never compromise myself and never quit. There's no such thing as a truce while people ain't free, regardless of who it is. That's why I have a problem with Ice Cube saying Jew and the killer Koreans, because that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? It might be today we fighting against the white man, but next week it's going to be me and the Koreans fighting against Ice Cube, because that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And how could you be teaching somebody wrong? We don't need that. We had a gang of motherfuckers treating us and teaching us wrong. We need to be taught right now. That's why I'm not going out there saying I'm a role model. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Pick up with the shit you can get from me, get the rest from Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? Just grab the rest and the next from the next nigga. You know what I'm saying? Learn from everybody. Learn from women and men alike. Because there's some crazy shit out here. Everybody's fucked up a little bit. Believe that, like you believe crack kills.
All right. Very well said. Very well said. Anything that we didn't talk about that you want to mention before we get out of here?
New single, Brenda's Got a Baby.
You know what? We talked about a few of the songs, but we didn't talk about Brenda, did we? That is shit.
I want people to really listen to that.
That's a hit. Oh, man. I mean, that's, you know, it sounds cornball to talk about tears in your eyes and all that, but that's the kind of impact that song has. I mean, and it's the sort of thing that happens. We see it in the paper. We don't see it in the paper, but it happens. That's real.
That's real, and that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say that, you know what I'm saying, part of a revolutionary is to know that, I don't know, Public Enemy, see, this is something I learned from Public Enemy, from their records. They said that, Sojourner Truth said that the true measure of a revolution, the true measure of a man is in the consistency of his woman, or something like that. But so I knew that. I felt like, you know, all these black, even Public Enemy, even Paris, and they all talk black. They're talking black man, black man, black man, black man, and they'll never say nothing about black woman, the one who birthed us, who brought us here. That's where we came from. Everybody knows. Where you come from? Africa. We come from a woman. That's where we come from. Mother woman, the woman. And we have to give more respect to females. That's what I want to add, that little twist to my travels.
Now the inspiration for the song.
It's true. Came out of the New York Post or the Daily News, one of them papers. It was over a week I was reading this article about this girl, and I wrote after a while. It was in my trailer while we was filming Juice. In between shots, I wrote it just while I was crying too. That's why I knew everybody else would cry, because I was crying. And I'm a hard edge type of person. It takes a lot to move me. But I was in tears because this little black girl was all by herself. And the next page, I'm hearing about little debutantes and shit. Having you know what I'm saying? That shit was just getting to me too much. I felt like we don't have so much, man. So much that we borrowed from, and it hurts.
Yeah. Okay. I think we got it.
There it is.
All right. Let me get you to take a look at these station IDs. These are some of the stations that carry our countdown show, and if you could just run through those.
All of these?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need to worry about this part, just hi, this is Tupac, however you want to introduce yourself, then pick it up there, you know, just go on down.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Hey, what's up? This is Tupac, the rebel of the underground. Yo, what's up? This is Tupac, the rebel of the underground, and we on KISS 95.7, Connecticut's 10 in a row music power. Hey, this is Tupac, a.k.a. Bishop from the movie Juice, and you know you jamming on FM 92, The Beat. This is Tupac, the rebel of the underground, and you're listening to 97.9, The Box. What's up? This is Tupac, and you're listening to Hot 106, WAMO. Believe that. What's up? This is Tupac, the rebel of the underground, a.k.a. Bishop from the movie Juice, with the best music in town on the adult.